Tonight on WWE, we bring you the bombshell that could rewrite the power structure of WWE. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, may be back and aligned with Brock Lesnar. Meanwhile, Paul Heyman's Vision faction stands shattered on the ring floor. Did the Big Dog and the Beast just form the ultimate alliance? Or is this one massive misdirection? Stay tuned because we'll dissect the rumors, the backstage whispers, and the stunning visuals that have the WWE universe buzzing. Wrestling News WWE, Raw Wrestling News, deep storyline breakdowns, and hot takes you can't miss. For weeks on the road to this moment, fans have sensed something electric in the air. Roman Reigns has been absent from major shows. The tribal chief status left hanging like a loose thread in WWE's tapestry. Brock Lesnar, meanwhile, has been making sporadic appearances, destroying anyone who dared cross his path, but without a clear storyline anchor. And Paul Heyman, he's been managing the Vision faction, a stable that under his guidance promised to dominate the era. Rumors began early that Roman and Lesnar might join forces, a retroactive callback to the Lesnar/Mon dominant days. But with Roman taking Lesnar's side and Heyman left out in the cold. Wrestling podcasts, insider websites, and backstage chatter all began reporting subtle signs. Heyman asking pointed questions to Roman's representatives, cryptic tweets by Lesnar's social media team showing Roman's imagery, and Vision faction members being shown in backstage vignettes looking uneasy, glancing over their shoulders at WWE televised moments amplified the building tension. Heyman pausing mid-promo as if absorbed by off-camera information. Vision faction members mirroring that pause. Reigns' theme was absent for several weeks. A classic sign in WWE that a return is being orchestrated when Lesnar stepped into the ring and directed his gaze firmly toward the Big Dog's home turf. The seeds were planted. The rumor mill spun fast. Roman's return is close. And when he does, the alignment could shock the world. The Vision faction under Paul Heyman's leadership have enjoyed a period of ascendancy. With Heyman's cunning and the faction's raw power, they've represented the new order. Heyman has leveraged his mic skills, manipulative charisma, and strategic match bookings to position the Vision as the dominant alliance in WWE. But cracks have appeared. On recent episodes of Monday Night Raw, we saw members of the faction talking in hushed tones, exchanging worried looks. In a segment last week, Heyman addressed the group and said, "The era of the Vision is upon us. Doubt me now and you'll learn the price of betrayal." Yet, as he delivered that message, the camera cut to one faction member whose eyes darted to the entrance ramp. The narrative told us, even leaders fear the unknown. Backstage shots show the stable's locker room in disarray, equipment scattered, members arriving late, and tension filling the air. Heyman has been forced to hold solo promos more often, a sign that the faction is losing its cohesion. One ringside cameraman even claimed that in the week leading up to the return show, the faction appeared to be rehearsing for two versions of the same program, the stable in control versus the stable being attacked. That dual preparation suggests WWE themselves were unsure of which turn to execute, making the eventual choice even more revealing. Roman Reigns' absence from the main roster shows was deliberate. In wrestling psychology, when a major star disappears, the anticipation builds. WWE uses that absence to create demand for his return to rekindle the crowd's emotional investment. Roman's exit followed a storyline injury, giving legitimate kayfabe cover for his time off, but the real purpose was strategic, to elevate the return into a spectacle. During that time, multiple mentions harkened back to Roman's dominance. Commentators referenced his legacy, his championship reigns, his role as head of the table. Social media teased cryptic messages, tribal symbols, references to Time for the Dog, and Lesnar's page posting Roman-centric imagery. Fans debated, is Roman coming back to reclaim his title, to attack Lesnar, or to join him? The intriguing possibility, rarely openly admitted, but often whispered, is that Roman would align with Brock. Why? Because Lesnar gives Roman a partner built on chaos and destruction. Roman gives Lesnar legitimacy and narrative depth beyond "I just fight anyone." Combined, they transcend individual storylines and become a force to reset WWE structure. On the night of Roman's announced return, the arena lights dimmed. A tribal drum beat began. The crowd erupted when the familiar special op guitar riff hit. Roman appeared at the ramp looking as dominant as ever, his expression fierce. But what caught everyone's attention was the figure standing behind the curtain, Brock Lesnar. The image alone triggered instantaneous reaction. Fans processing what they were seeing. Commentators stumbling for words. Roman walked to ringside. Lesnar at his side. The Vision faction appeared on stage, ready to strike before being struck themselves. In a moment of perfect storytelling, Heyman emerged to lead the Vision into the ring, only for ringside monitors to flash a pre-recorded video. Heyman's pass with Lesnar, clips of the old domination era, followed by your next message over the Vision symbol. The crowd gasped. Heyman's smirk faltered, then the carnage. Roman and Lesnar unleashed classic tandem offense. Lesnar with suplexes and German suplexes. Roman with Superman elbows and spear finishers. Vision members were dispatched one by one. Heyman tried to rally them but was powerless to stop the onslaught. In a final moment, Roman delivered a spear to Heyman's faction leader candidate. Lesnar delivered an F5 through the announce desk. The bell rang. The crowd roared. The camera cut to Heyman on his knees looking up at the two icons standing tall. For the first time in years, Heyman was the one on the mat. The images were raw, emotional, and potent. Then Roman and Lesnar stood shoulder to shoulder, staring out at the arena, the new order declared. For Roman Reigns. This return is more than just re-entry into the main event. It's an evolutionary moment. Teaming with Lesnar gives Roman narrative depth. He's no longer just the tribal chief, but also the leader who recruited the beast. It expands his role from sole dominant champion to architect of a new era. For Lesnar, this alignment gives him a storyline spine. His past has been defined by showing up at random moments, attacking names, leaving chaos. With Roman by his side, Lesnar gains structure and prolonged relevance. Heyman acting opposite them gives the pair a classic heel authority versus unstoppable duo feel. Together, they create a power block. The authority that enforces fear, the machine that delivers it, and a manager who once controlled both, but now is out of the circle. WWE now has a storyline built on dominance, betrayal, legacy, and leadership. Basically, all the ingredients that make for long-term storytelling. What stands next for Heyman's Vision faction? The destruction of their leader influence means they must pivot quickly. Two paths lay ahead. Path 1, they fracture. Some members side with Roman/Lesnar out of fear or ambition. Others rebel, forming their own faction and challenging Mon. This creates internal civil war within the stable, giving each member a chance to grow. Path 2, Heyman restructures the group, recruits fresh stars, refocuses on being the opposition to the new regime. This creates an underdog stable fighting for respect driven by Heyman's desire for revenge. Both paths work, but WWE's booking team will need to choose carefully which lens to focus on. From a WrestlingNewsWWE perspective, the most compelling story is the fragmentation. Rollins and others maybe evolve into heroes who fight back while Vision becomes dark, unstable, and desperate. Within minutes, highlight clips were trending. The key visuals, Roman's return, Lesnar's entrance, the destruction of Vision were all over YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Fans broke into factions, those cheering the new duo, those mourning the end of Heyman's dominance. Super fans dissected every frame. The look on Heyman's face as he realized what was happening. The body language of Vision members as they tried to regroup. Podcasts offered theories. Was this planned months ago? Is Rollins going to be the next victim? Is Rey Mysterio the next recruit? The chatter fuels momentum, which is exactly what Suplex Saga thrives on. On the WWE.com site. The angle got top billing. Jam-packed arena pyro camera close-ups. Chants of Roman Lesnar. Lesnar. The production team sold the moment like a pay-per-view main event. Backstage. Reports suggest agents and creative have been preparing contingency plans for 3 months. The fact they rolled it live means they had confidence this was the correct lever to pull. This angle hits multiple strong narrative beats. Return of the hero Roman always an emotional hook. Tag up with a wild card. Lesnar brings unpredictability and spectacle. Betrayal/reversal of power. Mon's downfall. Emotional resonance. Faction warfare. Vision gets decimated. Gives multiple characters booking opportunities. Legacy versus future. Roman/Lesnar represent legacy. Vision represented future. The conflict is generational. From a YouTube analysis perspective, this gives material. 4. Multiple videos. Breakdowns of the return. Shot-by-shot of the attack. Interviews with Vision members. Prediction videos for the next pay-per-view. As Wrestling News WWE, you can ride this angle for weeks. Where do we go from here? Possible major milestones. Roman and Lesnar challenge for unified tag titles or take over Raw/SmackDown authority roles. Vision faction members each get single stories. One maybe picks up Heyman's mantle of mic skill and builds to a breakout moment. A slow burn match. Roman vs Rollins vs Lesnar triple threat at a major event. The emotional stakes would be high. Rollins seeking redemption. Roman leading the new era. Lesnar pursuing dominance. Heyman plotting insurrection, recruiting new stars, and targeting Roman and Lesnar in a future clash of manager-led factions. For Wrestling News WWE viewers, you can preview each of these threads. Build predictions, timeline maps, and character paths. Let the audience know you are charting not just the present moment, but the next 6 months of storyline evolution. Thanks for watching Wrestling News WWE. Drop a comment below with your take. Is the Roman-Lesnar alliance here to stay, or is it a temporary evil to boot camp the roster? While you're at it, like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for all our breakdowns of major WWE storylines. Share this video with your fellow wrestling fan who needs to know what's happening. We'll be back soon with the next chapter in this unfolding wrestling.